Man, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode here at Grizzly Talk Podcast. I am your co-host at Mike on the mic. Of course, we got the infamous
David Alvarez F.
here in the building, and we got a super special guest today, man. Mr. Bigger Than Life himself.
Come
I
on,
am
man.
Vedo,
Come
man.
on, man.
How you doing,
Appreciate it.
brother?
Good.
How
How
you
you?
doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling. Thank you guys
Man,
for having me.
of course, bro.
It's an
Thank you
honor to
for
be here. I'm glad to be here for sure.
Yeah, thanks for coming on in, man. And like for everybody that's gonna be seeing you on our podcast for the first time, you want to introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do.
Yeah. I am Vedo, Bigger Than Life. My project coming out. I'm an artist out of Fresno, California. Just pushing the issue, man. Putting the
Mhm.
city on and just, what I'm saying, trying to do something special.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, you've been killing it. Thanks for just playing those songs for us, bro. I mean, I'm hyped, to actually be able to have those songs on my phone. That's the one thing I know.
I sent them to you?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh,
No, but I'm
yeah.
saying I can't wait to have them. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I'm about to
But I
say.
remember when we
I'm like,
talked, I was like, hey, bro, send that shit to me.
I'm hella stingy with my files. That's what I'm saying. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm about to make you delete them.
yeah, for real.
He's
I'm
like,
like,
let me
hold
get
on.
those
I
back.
know exactly who got my songs.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
it ever gets leaked, I know who leaked them.
Who leaked them? No, for sure, man. So tell us, man, what's going on, man? What can we expect from you? I know you got a album release coming soon.
Yup. Project coming out April 18th. Bigger Than Life, self-entitled off of a song I previously released called Bigger Than Life.
Mm.
And it just was kind of doing its thing. And it just inspired, bro, this entire like movement. And it just got me in the zone, bro. It got me in the zone. It's like a capsule of my life throughout a certain period of time. And I just feel like it's timeless. It's classic.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what is missing these days in music is like full projects of like you got like these days you got like projects that like it's one song you want or it's like you looking for one feature so you're gonna look on that song.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? This is like no misses and then it's something on there for everybody. So it's like you got player shit, you got the girl records for the girls, you got the rap shit for the people that are really like hip hop heads. Cause that's how I am. I'm like I love it all. So I was like, man, I gotta make sure it's all in there.
You even
And
got that West Coast sound on there too, bro.
it's in me.
Yeah.
It's in me. So it's like it's crazy because I was just telling you about all the new music I've been working on, and it's like it doesn't feel like West Coast,
Mhm.
but it still feels West Coast because I'm from the West Coast. So it's always gonna have that in. So now I've been like experimenting with like New York beats or like just I wouldn't even say New York beats, just like different
Just East
styles.
Coast, just yeah,
It's
just
just
all over.
different styles of rap and sounds and everything, bro. But then, cause I just realized I'm like, man, my stepdad, who's like a big, uh, he's like a mentor of like just guiding me in this music world, and he'll be like, do you want to be in a lane fighting for a lane with 100 other artists, or do you want to be going this lane versus like six other artists? You're gonna cut through way better and it's already me. It's already myself being this way, anyways. So it's like, man, I'm gonna be over here. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
feel like that's part of the reason why I ain't blow up yet either, or like really get some like crazy notoriety because it's like I've been just tucked off.
Yeah, well, you've been doing a lot. I know you've worked with like some good artists, and out of LA. I know you've been in Hawaii. We'll definitely
For
get into
sure.
that. But I know one thing you mentioned is you want to put on for Fresno. Like, can you give
hmm
us your background here in Fresno? Like, how was it growing up here in Fresno? Like, where exactly did you grow up?
I would say my life was like growing up. It was like to me it was normal. To other people, I've noticed that it probably like isn't normal. Like it wasn't the worst, wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? Like um I would say up until like middle school, it was more rougher. It was tougher. Just like I remember, like eating cereal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you know what I'm saying. But being cool about it, cause I didn't know the difference.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying. And just walking to school as like an elementary like kid, like passing like seeing so much, being exposed to so much on my way to school and on my way home that the average kid now I know doesn't see for real. They don't really like so.
Because I
I,
know there's a lot of like gangs here in Fresno and things like
yeah.
that. Like, how was it growing up around that and like kind of staying away? Or I don't know if you had any dabbling in it, but like
it's weird because like yes and no. Like I for some reason I've always felt like I was like the exception for some reason. Like people always like fuck with me. Like for real. Like people like and if they didn't, it wasn't on because of nothing like that. It might have been on some like some girl shit or some I'm dressing fly or I'm a confident dude. So you know what I'm saying? That could bring out some other people's insecurities
Hmm.
type shit. It was never on some like, oh, you from over there, you from over here. We don't fuck with who you kick it with. It was never like that. So yeah, not that I could remember. But like as far as like just affiliations and stuff, nah, like I play ball. Like that's what helped me like stay out the way. I play ball
Hmm.
and I was just always focused on myself. The same way I am now, bro. Like I ain't even outside for real. I'll be at the gym, get it in, make some money, go home,
And
record,
that's
repeat.
it.
You
Yeah.
know.
And so when did the music stuff start happening for you? Like I know you went. You said what high school did you go to?
So I went to Sunnyside and then Clovis East.
Clovis East.
But the music shit, like I started dabbling with songs like my sophomore year of high school. And then when I graduated, I like made an excuse basically to go to college. But it was my like I really like left because I knew that back in my mind I was gonna pursue music
Hmm.
and I needed to get out of Fresno.
But who got you into the music? Like
So like that's why I bring up my stepdad because like without knowing it, now I realize like he was like a East Coast type of rapper, but he's from the West Coast or he's from Cali, and he got stupid bars, like stupid flow, like some old school shit though. Like his favorite rappers are like you probably won't even know him. Like Rakim is like his favorite rapper. I don't know if he cares for Nas, but it's like that like era.
that old school. Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Well, he made like a project, and some of the songs was dedicated to my mom. And we play those like at parties and shit. And they be going. Like everybody, the whole family knows the words, like word for word. So I think that in the back of my mind, like without knowing it, like crept in. And then I was like, cause when I hit like middle school, I started paying attention to the like hip hop world for real. And I was like, damn, I like this, I like that. And I started seeing
Hmm.
and then once I graduated high school, I go out to the Bay Area and I'm in college and shit, bro, playing ball. And I remember, bro, I took like another class at a different college in the Bay that everybody else was going to. I went to a whole different college like 30 minutes away just because they had a music class. And then that's where I learned about being in the studio. And then I remember they let me test the microphone that I got now. It's an AKG. And I like the way my voice sounded because it's real warm and thick. Pause. And so ever since then, bro, ever since then, I just like got it. I got addicted to it, bro. I got addicted to like just being in the studio, learning about this shit, and then I transferred to LA. It's like shit just worked out. To be
Yeah.
honest, like shit, this is my journey for a reason.
I know you made some connections in high school though too. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so um I was telling you like I was saying like a videographer, he's in LA right now, Daniel Ramos. He
Mhm.
was like when you come into high school as a freshman, you have seniors that become your mentors. And we both played ball. And I was nice, like I'm still am nice on the court, but I was nice to where like I was an eighth grader coming in and they had me on varsity and I was gonna be the point guard, like for sure. So he was already as a senior on varsity, so he like took me under his wing. And yeah, he's doing some crazy shit right now. Like you go look him up, Spirit Bowl. He's like Bruno Mars' full-time videographer type shit. And then just how did I meet Fi? So Fi, okay, so my dad does tile.
Mhm.
My dad is a tile
Like a
he,
contractor?
exactly. And I grew up ripping the floors out and shit. And I wouldn't set tile, but all the other shit. I was the helper, like just doing all the grimy shit. Like I remember just getting home all dirty and shit. But anyways, he had a helper, he had a worker who would always hear me rap and like always with my headphones in. He's like, you should meet my son-in-law. I'm like, all right, not knowing shit, but I ended up meeting him at a house party, like a OG house party of like family shit. End up being Ty Dolla Sign's full time engineer, Phi. So then that's how me and Phi got connected, and then he took me under his wing when I moved to LA, and that's where I did the internship, with Ty and Phi, and then yeah,
What was that internship like? Like, who were you? Like, what were you doing actually? Because I think you had mentioned like,
busting missions. Bro, I
yeah,
was busting stupid missions out there. Like, cause at this time, it's just post COVID. So like the world is still kind of crazy. Like the way everything was going on. And I was living in Thousand Oaks, which is like an hour from LA or more. And my car kept breaking down. So a lot of the times, Fi's a real one, bro. He used to go pick me up, go out his way, go pick me up, drive all the way back to LA. And basically like, bro, we would spend just I can't even count how many days and hours just like, bro, in the studio. We'll pop out to a show, um, come back, like be in the studio, bro. Literally just living in the studio, and then people popping in and out like all day. Ty pop out, go do a show. Me and Five still there, work on some shit. And then in this time, like almost to pay me, he was mixing my songs because I was always recording at home, like on the side. I always been able to record, and I was just picking his brain, learning knowledge, and then yeah, bro, he just blessed me for real. He
yeah.
blessed me,
You
and
think you
so
learned so much during that time?
yeah, you know what I learned the most, to be honest, is like the the lifestyle and how to be successful. Like it taught me because nobody was teaching me that here, and I'm always intentional about who I'm around because like even right now I'm looking for a new mentor to like take me to the next level. Like I'm not afraid to like admit that I don't know it, and I want to know it, and I'm gonna know it. So I know like real quick, it's not like, oh, I'm using you, but it's like, no, I have a purpose and I'm gonna make sure I get there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I forgot the question. What'd you say?
Like, what did you learn like during that time? Were you learning a lot? Like,
Yeah. So basically, like a day in the life. Finally get to the studio. I'll clean it up. I'll like scrub the floors, make sure all the wires and all the shit's connected. Fi will basically just teach me like so he could just come in and get to work. And then like say um Ty's come in at like 5, 6 p.m. We'll make sure like some food is ordered, um, some fresh veggies, like cause they don't have time to be
doing all that,
doing all that, and
but they need it there.
you got to be healthy. You got to be able to like keep your body going. That's the health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that shit like waters, keep them. Like come on, like we not, you know what I'm saying? And then don't I shouldn't have to be asked. It just taught you like keep teammates around you who you don't even got to ask. They should know their position so the team wins. And that's how I learned of that shit.
Yeah. How is it like? Are you starstruck at all? Like, you're in LA now, you're working with like these big artists because there's probably a ton of people, ton of big names coming to the studio
For
with Ty.
sure.
Like, Ty's part of TGOD, right?
Yeah. Yup.
Right. So you have
Yeah.
like
Ty was
TGOD
like the
artists in there.
perfect. It was crazy. Ty was the perfect artist for me to learn from because he fucked with everybody and everybody fucked with him.
Mhm.
He could do a song on some like um he could do some shit with Future, then the next day do some shit with like Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, some Justin Bieber. They could do some solo shit. He could do some shit with Ed Sheeran and then Wiz. Like you hear him on all these songs, and I'm able to see like Five behind the computer just going crazy. Like it's a magician. Like it's a magician at work. It's crazy. Like to see the shit that they're able to do.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. And can you say some of the names that you might have seen in there?
yeah. I mean, I met a ton of people. Who did I meet? I remember one of the first people I met. He's from Chicago, not Chance. Vince Staples.
Oh, Vince Staples
Is
is
that his
dope.
name?
Vince Staples,
No, not
Vic
Vince
Mesa,
Staples. Vic Mensa.
Vic
Vince
Mesa.
Staples from LA. Vic Mensa. Who else did I meet? I met Wiz. I met Wiz at a show though. Like we were just at a concert. Cause that was most of the interactions. I'm just like a fly on the wall. I'm not really like talking like this yet. I'm just like the guy in the corner, like just peeping the game. It wasn't until I did the YG shit that I started like I became Fi. I
Hmm.
became the guy on the computer, and then I'm like, You know what I'm saying?
all in the mix.
Yeah, but during that time, uh, so many people. Who else to put up? Let me think about it. Mm. Like I'm just trying to think of like, cause I remember like some monumental people. I remember I met Al Cool J, and that was fucking
Okay.
crazy. But that was that YG shit. I bet Busta Rhymes. Um, who did I meet during?
And then so what happened from like working with like Ty and Fi at that studio to like what was next, or how did you make the next move?
So real quick before I answer that,
Mhm.
you know what I will say about the whole thing? The most important people that I met for my time that and during that time was like uh video directors, executive producers, like that he would have people that were like his design people that would just pull up with outfits. Like I realized like these are the people that make the world go around for real. The artists are already the artists. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be cool with them. But like you want to know these people behind the scenes that is really making all the buttons, pressing all the buttons, and knowing when to press them. Like I remember I met Wiz's marketing manager, cool ass dude, and we just chopped it up for like an hour. And he was like, "I fuck with your music, but you should market it like this, and then you should like look into this, and then you know what I'm saying, giving me
Mm,
the gems."
yeah.
And I did. You know what I'm saying? So that was what I met more important. That's who I would say I met that was like more beneficial at the time for me. But what was the second question?
How did you go transition from that to, I know, moving on to the next studio?
So for one, it was really tough getting to the studio. I remember busing missions on the bus. I would catch the bus for like 2.5 hours to LA from Thousand Oaks. I would catch like three different buses until I get to the metro, and then the metro would drop me off in the realm of where the studio was at, and then I'll walk. Like that happened a lot. And I remember, bro, like my song I played Definition of Success, bro, having like $5, $8 in my account. And be like, fuck, I'm gonna just buy some chips, thug it out. Hopefully there'll be some food at the studio.
Yeah.
And Fi always looked out. Fi always was like, he could tell. He knew when I was going through it and shit, and he would always show me love. Um, but how did I get to the next shit?
What happened like
Yeah, yeah,
there from
yeah.
moving from there to
So I remember Ty was supposed to go on tour. So they weren't even in the studio for real because they were moving so much, moving around. They weren't at the studio that we was at no more. And I was just recording at home. I was like just recording in TO and Thousand Oaks, not really sure what I was gonna do, but I knew I needed to find a way back into the world. And I'm just staying like on top of shit. And Mixed by White, his name's Nick. He's G Herbo's engineer. He's from Fresno as well. He's my boy. Like we're like the same age. He went to Clovis West. Um, he put this post that the studio that he was working at, which was YG Studio, and it's not YG Studio. Let me clarify that. It's Pusha Raj Studio. He was YG's old manager. Um, and that's it's called Creative Sounds. So Mixed by White Nick, he puts this post that they're looking for interns. So I remember how the Monte Carlo shit always broke down, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go and just drop off a resume. So I did, and I didn't think too much of it. I remember I like pressed the thing. It's like hella sketch when you get to that area. It's in LA. It's on like La Brea and Melrose, some shit like that. So it's right there in that pocket, but the way to get in is like you can't just go in through the front. It's like some real like
you got to go down the alley and
type
around the
shit.
back? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm already like all by myself, and I know where I'm from and I know where I'm at. I know politics. I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not wearing no hat. I'm going in with like a white tee. You know what I'm saying? Like some real neutral shit. Just in case I meet somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
yeah.
all of this shit plays a part. And this is another thing I learned about just like, even today, like what you wear, like white is clean. Like you don't want to be like wearing a bunch of like shit going on because you look confusing. Like get your shit straight. You know what I'm saying? So I was aware of these things of this is what the experience is teaching me. All this shit. So then I pushed the little paper under the thing. I'm like hitting. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for a internship. It's like 11 at night, 10 at night, late already. They're like, okay, you can leave your paper, and then that was it. So then I was like, fuck, and they ain't gonna call me. And they end up calling me like a week later. They're like, can you come in for an interview? Did the shit, And so at the interview, not knowing it, I meet SZA's full-time engineer. And
Oh, dope. Yeah.
yeah, and his name is fuck, why am I going blank? It was Sesson and fuck, why the fuck am I going blank? He gonna be pissed at me. Hold on.
Hey,
It's a lot of people I met. Hector Castro, tripping.
Mhm.
My dog. That was the third engineer that was the second engineer that like brought me under his wing. Hector like taught me to another layer of like he just was even more like Hector was more like you're gonna learn this shit by doing it. Fi was more like sit back and watch because this is a little too advanced for you right now. Hector was like, go set that shit up. And if you got questions, figure it out. But he would never let me like drown. Like he'll let me sink, but he won't let me drown. So I knew like fuck, I'm in the bitch sweating, like learning how to record somebody, and he just in the back, like he knows when to pop in. He's like, all right, this is how you do it. And he does it all fast. I'm like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So then yeah,
You think
Hector,
Fi got you ready like a little bit? You wouldn't have been
first
able to do that like at the
100%.
first studio?
100% because I also got used to being around like celebrities and shit. And I just realized like these people are here to work. Like it's time to work. It's not time to like
I'm sure they're partying in there though. To some of them,
you be surprised. Yeah, it's definitely that, but no, it's work.
Mhm.
It's work. It's focus. It's commitment, and these
like they
people.
got girls in there, and
But they not looking for it.
yeah,
They just that'll come. That once you get to a certain level, that's just the world you're in. It's there, and it's not even like it's not even entertainment. It's just like vibes. Like you don't want to be in a room alone, but sometimes you do. So it was just like, yeah, yeah. That's all I'll say.
yeah. And what kept happening like from learning all that stuff? Like, how long did it take to like, all right, I'm confident with this, and like start doing more?
I'm not gonna lie, I learned fast. I was a quick learner because of how bad I wanted it. I would be in the studio for like 8 to 10 hours, go home, keep working, be on YouTube looking up tutorials. Why can't I figure this shit out in the studio? What's a faster shortcut to get this done? Because like you got to think as an engineer, you're the artist's paper. Because a lot of people don't write, so you got to be able to be ahead of them times 10. And now me being an artist, that's why people fucked with me as an engineer because I knew what I wanted, what I would want out of an engineer. I knew when to talk and when not to talk. I could tell when people were struggling. I could tell when people were just finding it. And sometimes when people are finding it, you gotta let them go through that. But sometimes people are stuck and they're just not saying nothing for like 2 or 3 minutes, and you're like, want to go to a new beat? And they're like, how'd you know? Like, hell yeah, let's go. Like, we'll come back to it.
Yeah,
Like, let's not stop the flow. It's all about the flow.
yeah.
So, yeah, I put all of those principles into my own work for sure.
From seeing all this, like these big teams and stuff, like for one artist, do you see that for yourself? Do you, because right now you said you're all by yourself. Do you want to build that team for yourself?
I do. That's been on my mind, but I feel like a team is built and it's all about the leader first because the troops are gonna follow where the leader takes them, and my team is like it's gonna be like rock solid. You know what I'm saying? I already got a couple like homies that are like they're there for me when I need them, but as far as like full production and shit, I see it for sure. But it's gonna be the right people, so I'm not gonna rush that. I'm gonna let that happen naturally, and when it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen.
Is it like being an engineer and an artist? Like, is it? Do you think it's gonna be? Do you ever want to step away from the engineering and just focus like on being the artist, or like do you kind of have like
No, I think it's more better that you do both.
mm,
Like I could see why cause
like Kanye, right?
he don't really engineer himself. He produces himself for
Mm.
sure. He knows. I'm sure he knows how to engineer himself.
What's the difference between engineering and producing?
Producer will make the beats.
Mm.
Engineering, once you have the beat made, well, the engineer could help make the beat too. But like, for instance, say we come into a session, you're the rapper, I'm the engineer. you hop on the mic, everything that you're spitting, like saying, I'm recording, I'm saving it, I'm trashing shit. I got the beat loaded, I got the tempo, I got the if you want some sound effects, I'm doing the sound effects. Uh, once the song, oh, somebody hopped in on the feature, cool. We get a new track going for them. They want their shit bounced out, we bounce it to them at the end of the session. You want yours, but without a certain bar, we cut that out. Boom. All right, we have that version. And then like after all of that, that's called tracking the song. After tracking, if good engineers will mix while they track. Mixing is like I always use this reference. It's like your car, right? Car it gets dirty. You start throwing like a cup there, got some shirt in the back, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It gets messy. Mixing would be like taking out all the trash, right? Take out all the bullshit. That's what you do on the vocal. You take out the bad sounds, take out this sound, and then mastering, which is the last process of a song, would be like when you shine the car, you get that gloss, and now you're ready to pop out and take it onto the street. And everything, the leather's fucking crispy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
That's how
waxed
the
and
song
everything.
is sound crispy. That's like the best way to, cause you know the difference when you just clean out shit, but it's not fully like you don't got the air freshener yet. You don't got the, you know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah,
don't got
yeah.
that shine yet.
Exactly. So it's like that's the analogy I use. So it's a whole process as an engineer, but a producer will usually make the beat. Like
Okay. But you do it all?
I don't make beats.
You don't make
I
beats.
hate making beats. I
Where
can't make beats.
where do you get your beats from?
Bro, I find them from all types of producers, and it's another thing. I'm glad I'm here because I'm looking for producers. So our producers tap in because I'm looking for. I got a sound in my mind. I got an energy that I'm going for,
Mm.
and I'm looking for the right person for sure.
Okay.
Like,
You're some dude, I followed him on Instagram for a while. His name is Dan Paz or Paz.
oh, I don't know.
No, you should
Mm.
check him out, bro. I don't know him like that, or I've just been following, but I know he works with like some. I hear his beats they're cool sometimes.
Yeah, send anybody, send them my way.
Yeah,
I'm listening to beats for sure every day, all day.
yeah. And so like to the outside, right? Like let's say somebody's looking at you, right, during this process while you're
Mhm.
in the studio, you're around these celebrities, you're doing this and that. They probably think like it's so glamorous, but like what's life really like during that time?
Tiring. Hella tiring. That lack of sleep. My house started getting fucked up just because of my sleep schedule. I would go to sleep when the sun came out all the time. Um, I yeah, bro. It's a lot. It's not what it looks like.
Because people think like, oh, if you're doing this and this and that, like, oh, you got to be making money, you got to be
Nope.
like
Nope.
on all this, like, you get, the lifestyle, right? The glamorous lifestyle, but like,
That's
what is it
another
really
thing.
like?
That's another thing about engineers. You don't get paid off of like residuals. You don't get paid off of the song what the song makes. You get paid for the session. So like it damn near could be hourly, and you just mixed and or like you just engineered like a fucking banger. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit that's gonna really do numbers, and I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I ain't seen like no money from a song because that's just the life of an engineer.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing for engineers to get more love for sure.
Because
Also,
the producers at least get paid. They can get like residuals off their beats and everything like that,
for
right?
sure, for sure. They either get like a nice bag up front, or they sometimes they get a nice bag up front and they'll get percentage of the song.
The royalties and all that sort of
Exactly,
stuff.
exactly.
Because yeah, I'm like interested on like the business behind that. Like, how do these artists really make money? Like, they put out a song, but everything's free. Like, at least, well, it's not free, but like on Apple Music, I think I pay like $10 or $12
Like
a month, and
$5 sometimes.
So like
yeah,
artists these days, right? That's why everybody want to be independent now because they're seeing how much you don't make off the streams. That's why you see people do shows so much, merchandise. People dabble into other shit. Like now they got people doing podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Which get your money. However,
mm,
appearances, birthdays, like all types of shit. You just it's hustling. It's hustling. If the music is there's only like a 1% of artists that really doing it to where they live off of their music for real.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is trying to hustle.
Yeah.
So it's a hustle like anything else.
Yeah. And so, like, I know you were going through some stuff at that time when you were working at the studio
Hmm.
and you ended up making the next move. I think you said to Hawaii. Can you tell
Yeah.
us kind of what was going on and then what made the move?
So like you asked me like what was life like? It was I hit like a low. I hit like a low like mentally, physically, spiritually. Like I was just at a low point. And I think that just the lifestyle kind of caught up to me. And I wasn't even partying like that. But just like people would always tell me like, bro, every time I call you, you're in the studio. Like, what else do you do? Like, where you got to do other things. And I didn't really understand that because you guys see how much I love this shit. I was just like, man, it's on my fingertips every day. And you don't know what time or day the next fly shit's gonna happen, and you gotta be ready for it. And I just had that mentality for so long that I was like sprinting, but you gotta pace. You gotta find your pace. And I couldn't. And I just was like, man, I gotta get out of here. So I dipped to Hawaii with my best friend who I met in the Bay. And yeah, that's when I would say calm down, but I didn't. Life was still lifing. Life not shit didn't really change. Um it
What was
was
going on during that time? Like, if you want to get into that personal
Nah,
stuff.
we could.
Yeah.
I had got a job. My homie helped me get a job at Duke's Beach House. So I'm in Maui, uh, in a town called Hanakauai, and they showed me mad love too though. Like I got nothing but love out there. Like they showed me stupid love. And just the people in general got it's like aloha mahalo, like so much like respect and love for the land, for the culture. And I'm working. Like I'm just working. I don't have a car. I don't even have money. Like I say, I put my last money on the flight. I bought a one way. Like I was just like, fuck it. Like I can't do it here. I gotta go. And I did, and I'm just bro, barely making ends meet, bro. I remember starving, bro, starving, and just like I ain't gonna ask my family for no money. I was like, I got so much pride, you know what I'm saying? And then just being an artist, you're like, the fuck I look like asking for money, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I remember, bro, we had this fucking fish that was in the freezer, and it was there before I even moved in, and that shit was mad old, and I cooked that shit, and I started eating it, bro, like some crazy shit, and I just threw
Yeah.
it up right after. But I needed to eat something. I swear to God, this is no cap,
Yeah.
bro. I took like 3 bites because I needed to eat something, and then I threw it back up because I knew it was gonna get me sick. Like that's some dumbest shit ever. But I was so hungry, and we ran out of the snacks, bro. Literally didn't have money for real, and just waiting for the next day, hoping I make some tips, and be able to buy like a nice meal.
Yeah.
And I was in the studio every day there too. I don't know if I said it on camera yet. I'm gonna say it. The first before I even got to Hawaii, I told my best friend, I was like, "Yo, if I go out there, you gotta give me a meeting with the guy who ran the only studio on the island." It was in Lahaina, and it burned down during the fires. But my first week there, I have a meeting with him, and we talked, and I played him some of my songs, and he loved it, and he gave me the keys to the studio. He was like, "It's yours. Like, do your thing." And then we started throwing parties in there and shit, and like disrespecting it basically. So he took the key away, but like we made some bangers in there. One of the songs off the album is on there
Oh, no way.
that I recorded in
What's it
there.
called?
Don't play with me.
Don't play with
It's
me.
the second song. That might be one of my best songs ever, to be honest.
Yeah.
The second verse is like one of my best verses for sure.
Man, that's
So
that's crazy. So I
So
crazy.
know.
after this
Or
whole
go.
like, after this like whole crazy life that you've had like in what you're doing, what you love, what brought you to Fresno?
The fires, Lahaina, the whole town burned down. Bro, it was a movie. It was like a scary movie. And like you gotta understand, like Lahaina is like 5 minutes away from Hanakauai. Like 5 minutes max. 10 minutes max. It's like right there though, like 2 miles, a mile. And the fires, like in LA, it was the same shit. 90 mile per hour winds. You seen how fast they were spreading. Like that's the same shit, bro. I have a video. I had my little brother out there with me. He came to visit for his birthday, and we didn't. Bro, we were down bad, bro. Our electricity was out before the fires even hit, so we didn't have our fridge was turned off, our lights turned off, and I had my little brother with me, and we would go to Starbucks to charge our phones and our computers just to have charged up, and I remember like I have a video. So like in Lahaina, there's a downtown Lahaina where like people, tourists and shit, they go and I forgot the name of it. It's monumental type shit. The night before we go to this Starbucks, right there in that pocket. And after I just tell my homie, my brother, I'm like, hey, let's go shoot a video right here. And we shot a video in front of this big ass tree that is like everybody knows about it. I forgot the name of it.
I heard about that.
And it burned down. Um, this is the night before the fires. So we're right there, and I shoot the video. It's on YouTube. It's called Good Life. And I recorded that song in that studio too out there. But we shoot the video, and it's already getting windy. You could see in the videos and shit. And then we go home, and the next day we're on our way back to the Starbucks because our phones are dying. And then stupid traffic. And we were like, my brother told me because we almost ran out of gas. We're in my homie's car that kept breaking down as well. It was a cold ass like Challenger or Charger, but the shit would break down like every other mile. Literally. Like, and so my brother had this weird feeling. He was like, bro, we should just turn around. Like, it's too much traffic and the gas is about to run out. Like, we're about to be stuck, even worse. So I was like, fuck it. We turned around, went back that same day, like an hour later. Uh, Shit went like mayhem. Like, it was crazy.
What was
So,
it like? Like once all the fires started, like
well,
how'd you get out of there?
so basically, like, we drive back to the apartment in Hanakawai, and bro, it was like I'm just thinking back to that time. It was crazy. Fucking everybody from the people that could from Lahaina, cause the island is like it got one road. It's don't got like freeways and shit. It's one road that goes around the entire island, and it's like 2 lanes max. So everybody from LA, from Lahaina, is trying to get to us because we're the next nearest city or next nearest town, and it's like, yeah, that's like so. The streets are flooded in Hanakawai, and people are sleeping on the streets because it's like 70 degrees at night, like it's tolerable type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um,
Sleep on the beach or whatever.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is how life is. You wake up, bro. I remember, bro. I got videos of all this shit, eating chips, cause so this is like the day of the fires. Me and my brother, we realized that everybody's going to the grocery store. There's one grocery store, ABC or not ABC store, some grocery store out there. It's a big ass long line because electricity went out, so there's no lights in there, and people are trying to get their last foods, and you can't get nothing cold because fridges are off, so everything's going bad. So everybody's trying to get like the chips, the donuts, like the shit that the carbs to keep your energy. So we're in the we finally get in the grocery store. I tell my brother, I'm like, yo, call mom, tell her what's going on. So he calls her, he's like, mom, like, shit's on fire out here. Like, I don't really know how to explain this, but can you shoot us some money so we could buy like some food? And she's like, wait, what do you mean? She's like, stop messing, you for real? And the phone shuts off. So we didn't talk to my mom for like 4 more days after that.
That's on like fucking
Like some like
2012 type shit.
yeah,
It was like that,
2012.
bro. It was like that. So then like every single day we're walking to different parts of the island trying to find service. That was like our day. And bro, we were just thugging it. We were just I remember like our neighbors would put barbecue pits out and they let us cook our last chicken on like the third day. And like we smacked like 6 breasts of chicken. And like my brother had 3, I had 3. Like, hey, felt hella good. We're like, shit, that was some good ass chicken.
Well,
Like,
because there's wild chickens all over.
nah, I'm just saying like that was our last chicken.
You
Like
got that from Moana or what?
I just heard. I don't know.
I ain't seen no chickens out there.
No.
You know what I seen out there, bro? They got some crazy ass mosquitoes. They got these like TF 5000s, some shit, some crazy shit, bro. They're cockroaches and they fly.
What the fuck?
Swear to God, bro.
Oh
They got
hell
some crazy
no.
shit.
They're cockroaches and they fly, bro.
Yeah. No wonder why someone burnt him down.
Do you believe in the whole conspiracy and shit?
I don't know.
Because I think like a couple years back they announced that they wanted to make Hawaii a smart city,
Mm-hmm.
and like just all the inconveniences and shit that you're
all
saying,
of a
like no
sudden.
electricity, like
I don't want to take too much time of it. I'll tell you one last story. The first, like, because I remember when I moved out there, it was like around May 1st or June 1st. It was around the 1st of a month. And I wake up. This is like 2 days in. I wake up. I'm in the kitchen. I'm about to make some coffee, and I hear this big ass horn. And my homie's like, "Bro, grab your shit." And I get scared. I'm like, "Fuck!" Like he's like, "No, I'm just kidding." But if you ever hear that and it's not the first of the month, run to that hill. That's what he told me. That horn is supposed to they ring it every first to make sure it works, but that horn was supposed to go off and it never did. So it's like there's a lot of things like, bro, like old people died, dogs died, cats, and like a lot of people died, bro, and that warning could have helped prevent a lot of that. I don't know about the whole conspiracy shit. I try
That's
not to
well.
I try not to think about it, but like I get how bad the LA fires are. It's terrible, but that shit was 10 times worse because of so many lives that lost. And then I recently went back like in August. Um and it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. So that's what brought me back to Fresno.
Man. So moving back to Fresno, or how are we doing on time? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
for real?
All
It
right.
An
hasn't felt
hour
like
in.
that.
You want
Yeah.
to switch?
It went quick.
We're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I was already like.
don't know if you've seen our podcast, but we normally do a switch like midway. With this guy, he's about to shoot you with the rapid fire.
What's
Let's
good,
do
bro?
it.
What's good, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, when I come in, bro, I just ask like I got like ADHD or some shit because I like he does very good at. He's like a storyteller when he's like interviewing because he's able to push out that story, you know,
For sure.
like all the important stuff.
I just feel like I just gave my whole life story.
Yeah, exactly. See,
That's
And
what I
then-
do.
This
And
is
then me.
therapy.
So when I come, I just ask questions.
Okay,
He,
let's
he
do it.
says he's a self-proclaimed crackhead over here.
Come
No,
on.
wait, but I want to talk before you go too into it. So coming back into Fresno, like, what's been your plan here?
Get this project out
Mhm.
bigger than life. Cause a lot of these songs I've had for a minute, and then it was just like, get this shit done. Like I feel like I should be dropping way more music than I have been, but I'm big on myself. I'm about doing it right, and then like quality over quantity. So like every time I do drop, it's some shit. It ain't like just some like, here's a song just because I haven't dropped a song. Everything's pretty intentional. So now my attention's back coming back was like, first of all, getting my mind right. I've been like super big on like just meditating and like eating really well. I went sober for a while, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, gym, consistency, just like disciplining myself and just like recentering my life
In every area.
in every area. And then it's just only helping the music. So that's been my focus.
No, man, that's
Yup.
dope.
Yup.
Yeah.
Just a comment before my first question, but bro, I want to congratulate you for fucking hustling, bro. Like sometimes people they give up very quick.
Yeah.
You seen what the hustle's like, what the bad side of life is, and you still fucking go for it.
Hell yeah.
And you
bro.
still do it. You still grind.
Appreciate that.
And your love for it too. Like a lot of people like they won't do what they love because they want security first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Before we move like far into something else,
Thank
like
you, by the way, bro. For real.
oh,
Thank
I
you.
got
I
you.
appreciate
Bro.
that.
Thank you. Oh, and thanks for sharing the music earlier, bro. That's fire, bro.
Hell
Fire.
yeah.
We gotta check that shit out.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
excited for that, bro.
Yeah.
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 No,
So-
for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
Uh,
guys. For real.
I want to ask one question about the fires and then just move on from that. But
Let's do
like,
it.
bro, did you ever fear for your life in the fires, or did you see somebody fear
Yeah.
for their life?
Yeah, for sure. I did. I feared for my brother more than anything because he's younger than me, and I felt like just I hopped into like big brother mode. But it's crazy. I was trying my hardest to like not show it, but like when I look back at the videos, bro, we look traumatized. Like on our faces, you could just see the fear. Like it was crazy, bro. Cause like I have a picture. I'll show you guys when we get off camera, like of how close the fires were from like our windows and shit. And like it wasn't like next door, but it was like not far. Like it was like right there. Like we could point to it and feel the heat. You know what I'm saying? Like the ash coming and like you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. So we feared for sure. Like I felt like you had to sleep with one eye open because you didn't know when you gotta just we kept the bag packed because we didn't know like when we had to literally take off running or just like hop in somebody's car. And then I don't have any family out there. Luckily, thank God, My best friend, he during this whole time he was never with us. He was at his homie's house in Lahaina. He even saw the fires even worse, but they had to go to the other side of the island. So he's stuck on the other side of the island. We're not even in contact with him. And his mom lived in the same apartments as us. So she was like being a mom for us. So forever like grateful for that.
Damn, that sounds like you said like a scary movie,
Bro, it
just
was
in the
insane, bro.
flesh.
It's insane.
And then
Yeah.
this is where my ADHD kicks in. Like we're gonna take it way back now.
All
So,
right, let's do it.
brother, 90s hip hop or the 2010s era? What do we got?
90s hip hop of 2010.
Yeah, the golden era with Rakim, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, all the Big L, Big Pun, or the
Right
Drake,
now,
ASAP, Rocky.
right now, am I talking about like in general or just right now?
In general, just in general.
90s. I'm
90s.
a 90s baby.
Yeah,
I'm a 90s baby. But right now I've been on 2000 shit. 50 Cent every day. I'm
Yeah.
slapping. I'm playing I'm listening to like
Got
now.
your New York hat on.
Yeah. Well, it's LA too, I think on the other
Oh
side.
yeah. Oh shit. I
Yeah,
didn't even
both.
notice that. I'm
Yeah.
only seeing the New York on this
Yeah.
side.
But
Who do you think is like, I don't know, if like harder, just 2010s like Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, or the bigs of the 90s?
harder
Yeah, who's
back
just
then
back
because
then?
the shit was harder.
Yeah.
Life was harder. It's like hard now, but I think what they was rapping about, what Tupac was rapping about, different.
Yeah.
And he was only 25 when he died. And then you think about all the shit he did, crazy. And then like I believe like the drugs in the 80s was when like shit was crazy. And then you got the racism, you got the police. Like it was just crazy.
That's like with NWA and that sort of era. It's
like all this shit's hard.
Yeah, so all the shit that was going on was just
And
crazy.
Kendrick's hard as fuck, but it was more of like I think he pushes a different issue. He supports that issue, but I think he like he knows his like what he's really trying to get across. You know what I'm saying? And he's amazing at that. So, but like to answer your question, 90s still.
Drake versus Kendrick, bro. Like, did you keep up with any of that?
Won the beef.
So, bro, my best friend, one of my best friends, he's the biggest Drake fan.
Yeah.
And we just he runs my ear off. Like we talk about this shit all the time. But K Dot West Coast all day.
All day.
Come on.
You know what's crazy is I was seeing somebody talk about that today actually. They were saying they're like just like the level that Kendrick like almost brought it down to like the level you could almost say like he stooped to. You know, it's crazy.
Well, it's cause like at least for me, I'm like the biggest Kendrick fan. I mean, he's my favorite artist of all time. So I already knew he had that shit in him. So it was like when it all started, I had posted something on my story like K Dot is too much for this beef. Like J Cole is my favorite at the time.
Me
Before the shit happened.
Yeah.
And
me
then Drake is gonna handle, and it was closer than what people said. But like Kendrick is it's just too much, bro.
I'll say this though. When you say Kendrick or Drake, like I say K Dot in the rap battle, like as far as that battle. But like discography and like hits, come on now.
Yeah. Because Drake, it was like, I remember even when his dance album came out, people were hating on it for like a month. And then now it's like, that was a classic. Like, that's a classic album.
He's one of the goats, bro. If not, like, you know what I'm saying? The goat. Like, he's us, like 28, 30, like young 30s or like mid 20s. Like, bro, he's our goat. You can't deny it.
Who's some of your favorite artists?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I think he's the GOAT. Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Dom Kennedy is like my favorite rapper.
Dom Kennedy.
Dom Kennedy.
I would love to see him live, bro.
I seen him live.
Yeah.
Shit was lit.
What's your favorite song by him?
I met him too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I met him. My favorite song by Dom,
1997.
Black Bentley's. So
Black
Get
Bentley's.
Home Safely. Just what
Okay.
he talks about in the song.
Saley. Did you just say Saley?
Get Home Safely.
Go get home. Say. You ever hear Saley?
Mm-mm.
No, he's a
Sally?
or Sally.
Yeah,
I say Saley.
with the beard.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
hard.
bro. His
He got this
records are-
song with Nipsey called Fountain of the Youth. That's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the craziest things that has inspired a bar or a song, bro? Like something stupid. You're like, damn,
Yeah,
I really.
I got two girls and they both fine. Can you hit? Hell no, these is both mine.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's the inspiration there, bro? He said exactly what that was.
That's bigger than life. That's a song. That's a bar off bigger than life. And then also, I'm bigger than life. I thought you knew it. This ain't love. Is you dumb? Is you stupid? That's from Mac Dre. Man, I'm bigger than life. I do it Magnum. About these broke bitches, I'm through with having them. It's like, that's not my job. I don't do that. I'm a pimp slash rapper. I thought you knew that. That's where this shit's from. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm also showing tribute to the Bay. Cause like Fresno, we tied in with the Bay. Like we're like distant cousins. Cause we just gravitate to them more because we're closer. And then people in LA think that Fresno is in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. So should we say we're from the Bay now here? Too?
Nah.
He said nah.
Nah,
Hey,
nah,
is,
nah.
is San Jose part of the Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been to the Bay like many times, and it's like we're kind of like the little cousins. Right? I mean,
For
like you
sure.
fuck with they fuck with us so heavy, and we're like part of that. You know what I mean?
Santa Cruz is their cousin.
It's like all the we met Bay Area artists,
Uh-huh.
and they all fuck with Fresno because everybody here gets down with them.
And they and Fresno crowds love the Bay music. So they
Yep.
sell the shows and all the shit.
Mhm.
Damn, and now something controversial.
Uh-huh.
Do we as a culture idolize gangs too much?
Do we idolize gangs too much?
Because there's a difference between culture, hip hop, and all that, but then there's also gangs and that sort of aggressive lifestyle.
I feel like it's captivating, but I feel like we're starting to pull away from that as far as like, because I mean it was gangster rap, that was back then. I feel like that's not really what it is now.
I'll say
Yeah.
this. I don't feel like yeah, it's idolized, but I don't feel like we idolize it too much because you gotta understand there's people that really come from this. And there's people that really like grew up in it and they didn't have no choice. I think it's the outsiders that idolize it that we gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, this kid
And
from
that's kind of where I come from because it's like I've seen the kind of like the ins and outs of it. So it's like I don't see it the way other people see it. I seen all the bad shit. So
Mhm.
it's like damn.
I'm talking about like little kids from like Iowa who like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some random places that are like making videos with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Throwing the N word or the
Like
flag,
the
like some wearing the color, like, you know what I'm saying?
like the internet kids and shit.
Exactly. I feel like that's where the internet really fucked it up.
Mhm.
That's what I would say. But nah, I don't feel like it's because you gotta when you meet like street people for real, they're not even trying to press the street shit. They know already that it's there. They trying to get out and do something better. It's the other people that are not in it that idolize it and they want to be in it. It's like, oh, why do you want to come over here? Stay over there. We trying to get to where you at. Type shit.
Yeah. I think
I
it
feel
comes
it.
with maturity though as well. Like, when you're a kid and you see these guys that I mean, I never grew up in it, right? So I guess I'm like just speculating, but I feel like they see the guys that are, banging or whatever, and those are the ones that are getting the girls, or they have a nice car, or they, have the jewelry or whatever, and it's like, all right, well, that's making it here, but then once like their eyes open to like there's something way bigger, then it comes with that maturity as well.
I could see how it's idolized. That's what I would say. But like, I can only speak from my perspective. I never had trouble getting girls. I never had trouble like chilling with homies. I never had trouble chilling with nerds. Or you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I could. I think it's all about you and
I
how you
think,
carry
yeah,
yourself.
I
And
think you did tell me that last time we talked.
that's something that should be definitely what do you call it? Push more, right? Unity, respect,
Mhm.
because anybody could do that, right? Like you have to be. I guess yeah, that's the right thing because it's like if you're a bad person, you're never gonna, no matter where you come from or what you are, you're not gonna show a sort of sense of unity or respect for people, right? Because you could be rich and still be a piece of shit, or
For sure.
poor, and be a piece of shit.
For
But you
sure.
could be poor or rich and be a good person regardless.
Amen.
So you're Mexican, right, bro?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you kind of putting on for the like Latino rappers, right?
Not kind of fully.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you put it on for sure.
Yeah.
Who do you think else is like out of the Latino rappers like putting on right now?
Who do I like or who's putting on?
Both.
Okay, so who's putting on? Um,
And you talked about OGZ,
OGZ. Yep.
Burner.
Hard burner. Uh, I've been. You know, I was listening to all day today was D Baby. He's from Houston.
Oh, okay.
Super hard.
Mexican OT.
Mexican OT. Peso. Super hard.
Hmm.
I think he could rap his ass off. Um,
What's his name? Chito Ranas.
I haven't heard of him.
No, you haven't heard of him. He has some cools. They're like I think they're
Is
one of
Lefty?
those-
Is Lefty also Mexican?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean he's putting on, but I don't
He's
know.
hard. He's hard
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I just seen one of his freestyles. That's why I mentioned it. And I thought like he was like, but then I seen that freestyle. I'm like, oh, he could rap, bro. He
He's
could actually rap.
you gotta me. I respect hustle. So it's like, bro, everybody wants to. Not everybody, but like 99% of artists would love to work with Kendrick, and Kendrick puts him on the song. And that just goes to show, like, he's not gonna just put no anybody. And people can say whatever they want to say. Bro, he doing it. He's making bread off of this music shit. That's what it's about. And yeah, he's Mexican. That's even better. That's even harder because we don't got enough.
So that
Yeah.
rolls the red carpet to my next question, which was, how hard do people actually work in the studio? Like, give
You know
give
who
me
else is Mexican real quick too? Is Fashion.
Sean. Oh, he's half. Yeah.
He's half.
He's
Mexican.
half and half, huh?
Yeah, he's half Mexican. Shout out Fashion.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with them or ever talked with them or?
Yeah, we had a conversation early, like
For Sean, we have had some interaction with him.
yeah.
In fact, his cremation store, I'm in the billboard.
For real? His what store?
He's
You know,
a part
Cream,
owner.
that ice cream spot. It's like they have the cookies and then the ice cream in the middle.
By Fresno State?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he was part owner in that.
Oh, for real? That's
Yeah.
hard. That place is bomb.
But that dude's dope.
You got a
man.
picture up in there?
Yeah.
Fire. I'm gonna check
Him
it out.
and Stunna. You know Stunna?
It's on the gram.
Stunnagram. Yeah, he's a good videographer here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'ma
that
check it
just
out.
done
I
some
might
good.
go tonight.
But you guys work together, or you said you had a conversation with
We
him?
had a conversation. Nah, we haven't worked on a song or nothing. I had did this showcase, and we were just sitting like this. He was just asking me where I was from. I told him I was born and raised on the east side. He was like, "That's tight. Like I'm from the east side, and somebody got to like keep it going." And then that's when I found out he was half Mexican. He's because he asked me what I was. I was like, "Yeah, I'm Mexican." He's like, "I'm half." He's like, "Somebody got to keep it on, keep it going." And I had told him like my name was Vedo, and then he was like, he has somebody close to his family named Vedo. He just fucked with it. It was a cool interaction. He's cool. He's cool people for sure. But yeah, whenever that happens, it'll happen.
Yeah. We would love to have him on too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was one of our priorities, and we have many connections to him. But again, we wanna make sure that our quality is completely there before we bring in.
Yeah.
Be
bring him
fully
on.
ready
For
too,
sure.
because we're still developing as like podcasters and all that sort of
What
stuff,
you
bro.
guys got going is dope, bro. Just keep going.
Yeah.
All the other shit will work itself out. Don't even trip off of the ends. Like, yeah, I get it. You want the shit to be right, but shit's never gonna be perfect. So
Yeah.
when the opportunity presents itself, that's when you know you're
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. At least I feel like we're pretty comfortable now.
Mhm.
Everything going back to the lefty gunplay. I wanted to ask you this too because like people say he's like, you know, like you said, you're like he's hard. I'm like I kind of have my mixed opinions on him, but like I feel like he's such a personality that like that plays a part in it as well. Like people just like to see him, or people just like he's just kind of interesting to watch, like how he interacts. Like, do you think that's like a critical part in stuff too, like in the branding? Because I feel like that's kind of his brand as well.
Do I think it's a critical part?
Mm-hmm.
No,
No.
I think he's being himself,
Yeah.
and I think that that's the critical part.
Mm-hmm.
Just be yourself,
Be yourself.
and that's how you carve your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back to
Okay.
my thing. How like about the hustle. Basically, how hard do people in the studio work, bro? Give me a good idea of what's the day to day life.
My two artists that are my favorite work ethic artists is G Herbo and Skilla Baby. Uh, they don't get to the studio till late. It's late hours, early mornings. Um, could be like 5 songs a night. Could be 10. Could be two. Could be one. Could be none. But they're there all the time. All every count on it. Ty too. Ty live in the studio. So like, what was the question again?
Like how hard do they work in the studio? Like, can you like give like a kind of like a description of how hard is it that it's because people think like it's easy to like
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah,
editor and a video person,
yeah,
so I already know how long it takes to do all that
yeah.
sort of stuff.
I mean, bro, they're where they're at for a reason. I've told this to like numerous people. It's like these people are not successful by luck. That's why like any artist, you know what I'm saying? It's like that we see they're there because they put in the work. And however it might come off on TV or the screen or whatever, that's a whole other thing. But the work is always put in, and it's around the clock. It shit don't stop. Like Dom Kennedy got one of my favorite lines. He's like, uh, basically like he says like, this shit don't stop when the camera's cut off. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll probably back to the studio tonight. Get a work. I'm gonna get a workout in tonight. Get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Be up early. Mix a song that I just worked on tonight. And don't stop.
Is there something that like you seen from a big artist that kind of tripped you off? Like, oh shit, like something that they did that was like significant that
Uh,
impacted you?
yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to think of like a good one. What's some crazy shit I seen? Mm, I would say Skilla Baby. I would say Skilla. Like, uh, bro is like witty as fuck. Like the bars that just come off. Like he'll make a whole song about what the fuck is going on right here, right now, and the shit is hard, and it'll be done in like 20 minutes. And then the next song, like, come on, we're gonna make another one, and that's how it was. We made like so many songs. We make like at least 3 songs a night.
That reminded me like kind of like Babytron. To me, like as soon as you said that, I'm like the first guy that I thought was him.
That's
I'm
how he
like
works.
this motherfucker's dropping every like other week or every
Yeah.
week, and it's like all his shit's like he has creativeness and like that wittiness, and he's always dropping different bars and just going hard all the time.
And the ability to like have features come in, people come in, and do songs with them and meet them halfway in the world. Like that shit is a talent as well. Like I want to be able to make a song with all these people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that we mentioned.
Yeah. Bro, well, I know you got Bigger Than Life coming out. When's that dropping?
April 18th.
April 18th. And you
Um,
got listening party coming up
April
April
17th.
17th, man.
Quail State, downtown Fresno, 7 p.m. to 11. I'm praying that I have some merch in time. I'm working on it right now. I was actually at a meeting today. Hopefully it gets in town, gets back in time. If it does, I got something super super special like
All
in the
right.
works right now.
Dope, bro. We'll keep an eye
Dope.
out for it, man.
Come on.
And thank you so much for coming on, bro. Of
Appreciate you.
course, let everybody know where they can
Bro,
find you on the socials,
Bigger than
man.
life. I am Vedo. All platforms. IAMVEDO. Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. I ain't on Facebook, but it's on there. YouTube, everything. Bigger than life, man. Don't wait till I'm famous. Come on, man. That's my first 2 mixtapes I put out. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Go check that out if you haven't. And yeah, man. Bigger than life. Come on.